Hello, good people. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate all your support and feedback and the effort you guys are putting in to help me figure this stuff out. You are advancing my knowledge. I love that. And I hope I'm doing the same for you. That is my goal with these videos. Anyhow, this is my 44th post. I've almost had my YouTube account for 2 weeks now. So I've been making quite a few videos. I might slow down. We'll see. But this is an important one, and I dedicate it to the 44th president. What I want to expose is what the Barack Hussein Obama presidency is all about for this country, which a lot of people don't understand, and something I've seen since the very beginning. Let me take you back to 2004 when Barack Hussein Obama gave the Democratic keynote address for the DNC convention before the Bush versus Kerry election of 2004. Bush and Kerry were both members of Skull and Bones. Since they were members of Skull and Bones have not had to disclose. They changed their policy, so whether Barack Hussein Obama is a member is not known. But anyhow, in that election, he gave a speech, and the message of the speech was, let's look ahead and not dwell on the problems of the first term of the Bush administration. And the mainstream media said, wow, what a great speech, what a positive outlook, what a refreshing change. Could he be a future presidential candidate? And I'm sure this footage is on YouTube from that 2004 election. If you go back and look at the mainstream coverage, that is how it's presented after he gave that speech. It was well received. But just think about the message. Imagine just looking past the first term of the Bush administration. That means looking past the events of 9/11. That means looking past the wars we've gotten ourselves involved in. That means looking past the changes to our domestic policy, which have brought us closer to a police state. Anyhow, the reason all this happens and goes on is because it's all part of a scripted narrative, which George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and pretty much every president, I'm pretty sure almost every single one is part of. We don't really elect these people. What's presented to us is an illusion. A perfect example of this going back in time is Grover Cleveland, who was astonishing for what he did because he won 3 separate elections as a Democrat at a time when Republicans dominated the presidency. The name Cleveland in gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, sums to 33. And Grover Cleveland used a term called the mugwump, which he coined, which also sums to 33 to describe how he won the elections. He said the mugwump vote were the Republicans who voted Democrat for whatever reason for him. He called them mugwumps. In more recent history, Bill Clinton was born Bill Blythe. Bill Blythe, his father, Bill Blythe Sr., was murdered May 17, 1946, just barely before Clinton was born. The date 5171946, when you sum it digit for digit like that, adds up to 33. Well, so does the name Clinton in gematria, this practice of coding numbers into words. So Bill Clinton was born with a name that did not sum to 33, took on a name later in life, just before he went to school at Harvard, that summed to 33. This isn't unique to him. The prime minister in Israel at the time Clinton was president was Ehud Barak, who was not born Ehud Barak. He changed his last name to Barak, which he spells a little bit different than our president, Barack Obama. He just spells it B-A-R-A-K. That's 2 plus 1 plus 18 plus 1 plus 11. It sums to 33. You look at world leaders throughout the world, this isn't uncommon. There's a lot of changing names to 33 and other significant numerology. Where this comes from in my research, and as some of my followers are now telling me I'm wrong, and I believe them, but I don't know who to credit it to you. So if somebody listens to this and knows, please, we can apply that credit where it belongs. But from my research, it's Pythagoras who said a name should sum to 33. In the English alphabet, name is spelled N-A-M-E. That's 14 plus 1 plus 13 plus 5 equals 33. There's another way of summing words. Instead of N being 14 because it's the 14th letter, you take 14 and go 1 plus 4 equals 5. You do this for every single letter in the alphabet. So Z is the 26th letter. 2 plus 6 equals 8. You do this for every single letter, make them a single digit, and then sum the words. The phrase code name sums to 33. You start seeing names like Kennedy equal 33. You start seeing lots of big names, people who own our media networks from CNN to New York Times to Newsweek. 33, 33, 33.
So it's through our media. The word police equals 33. Only 3 states have 33 names. The first, Delaware, the 50th and final, Hawaii, and the 6th, Massachusetts. And remember, this topic here is about Barack Hussein Obama, the 44th president for the 44th post. He is from Hawaii, one of the 333 states. With regards to the first 13 colonies, only 3 were established on 33 dates. Same pattern. First, Delaware, December 7th, 1787. Last, Rhode Island. And not 6th, 9th, New Hampshire. And if you go check the dates and sum them, just as I showed you, you're going to see that they all sum to 33. And go ahead and check the other 10 of the 13 colonies. You will see none of them sum to 33, but they do have other significant numerology. There's a lot here. The point I'm getting to is this number coding has existed before our country began. It's existed in many presidents since, and it's all through Barack Hussein Obama. That's what I'm going to expose to you. I want you to investigate this further. I want you to question me thoroughly. But before I quite get to that, I want to tell you why this is important and why this is effective. I now have this knowledge. I can explain it clearly to people. So what happens in my life is sometimes I see people who I think could use this knowledge, and I decide to approach them and share with them. Such as the other day I was in a parking lot getting groceries, and a man pulled in his truck, and it was buried in bumper stickers, and every last one of them was about how much he hated Obama. And this is a type of truck I probably see once a week. I live in the Seattle, Washington area. I'm sure other parts of the country it would be a lot more frequent sighting. But I know there's a lot of Obama hate out there, and what I'm trying to tell you is all this is on purpose. This is all by design, and I have seen it since before he became president. I have a blog from 2008. I know you're going to hate this blog title, but you can go look it up. I used to identify as liberal. I called it liberalinstincts.blogspot.com, and pretty much all I wrote about on that blog was how Obama was going to deceive us all and create a generation of cynics. That's what I thought the whole point of the Obama presidency was going to be based on the evidence I had. And what evidence was that? It was his voting record. His voting record as a senator was not matching up with the mainstream rhetoric about him. And even while on the campaign trail before becoming president, at the time there was a major issue about immunity for the telecommunication companies who were supposedly spying and collecting our information. And Obama was on the trail saying the right things about this, that this can't happen, this shouldn't be allowed, this is against the American way. But then when it came time to vote, how did he vote? He voted the exact opposite against his rhetoric. And then when you looked at his voting record, you could see he was a supporter of the big wars. You could see he was a supporter of the big banks. You could see he was a supporter of the police state legislation. So, in other words, he wasn't much different than the person before him who was born July 6, 1946. Of course, I'm talking about George W. Bush. 7 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 6 sums to 33. This number thing is through and through. Jimmy Carter, who many Obama haters probably also hate, once suffered through a 444-day Iranian hostage crisis that ended on Ronald Reagan's first day as president. Ronald Reagan was the 33rd governor. Jimmy Carter was from the 4th state, Georgia, which has a gematria of 44. Jimmy Carter is also born in October, the only month with a 33 gematria. So that's enough with the number introduction. Now let's get to Barack Obama. Okay, so check this out. So now I'm going to show you Barack Hussein Obama's number and how this gematria thing works in practice. B is the second letter, A is the first, R is the 18th, but you see I did plus 9. The reason for that is 1 plus 8 becomes 9. A is the first, C is the third, K is the 11th, and here I have the option of making it 2 or 11. Why? It's only for K and V because they are master letters, master numbers. K is the 11th, V is the 22nd. Multiples of 11 are masters. If you watch the 1964 film Omega Man, which sums to 33 in gematria, it's the KV virus that wipes out humanity. K plus V is 33. In Planet of the Apes, it's ALZ 113 virus that wipes out humanity. What is 11 times 3? So you see how this stuff translates from real history to movies to even Barack Hussein Obama. So look at his name in letters to numbers. It forms this 311 coded within the numbering and sums to 27. What do you know about 27 from popular culture? Think about rock stars, dead ones. Hussein. Hussein has the 311 coded into it and sums to 32. I'm going to get into why that's important. Remember that number, 32. That's huge. Obama, 14. Think of the reverse of 14, 41. The name Barack Obama, 27 plus 14 equals 41. In gematria, the word king equals 41. Words like lock and key also sum to 41. Lock and key. And then in this method, I did it where I changed the K to 2 instead of 11 because I have the option. This way, Barack Obama sums to 32. And remember, I said that number was important, 32. Here's why. Barack Obama, 32. United States of America, the full name, sums 28 plus 12 plus 12 plus 32 sums to 84. That's Barack Obama's birthday, August 4th. United States of America equals 84. His birthday is August 4th. Think of George Orwell's books, 1984. James Brady, who saved Ronald Reagan, the 33rd governor, was just murdered on August 4th of this year. 8-4 this year. 8-4 and 829 correspond with Terminator 2. Check that out. It's weird stuff. So anyway, the word America in gematria, though, notice it equals 32. The abbreviation UK is 21, the 21st letter plus the 11th. UK can equal 32. And this gematria, UK can also make the acronym 311, like coded into his name, as can USA, 311. And look at the date of the direct Declaration of Independence. 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 sums to 32. 32 is the second degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. There's 31 plus 32 plus 33. There's 3 degrees, sums to 96. The word knowledge equals 96 in gematria, as does the word Satanism. Also interesting. One more thing. Remember, Barack Hussein Obama is the 44th president, right? 44th president. Oh yes, I forgot to mention the acronym USA. If you sum it up the full way, 21 plus 19 plus 1 equals 41, just like king. Some people say Barack thinks he's the king. I think they just put that stuff out there so we get it in our brains. It's subliminal programming. But anyway, Barack Hussein Obama is the 44th president. And what I'm here to tell you is it doesn't matter who was going to be the 44th president. It could have been someone other than who we have. The outcome was always going to be the same because what we're living out is an epic. Literally, people, we're living out an epic. The word epic is 5 plus 16 plus 9 plus 3 for EPIC. It sums to 33, and an epic is an ongoing narrative. The madmen who rule this world have written an epic for us. And Barack Hussein Obama is the latest chapter in that epic. This isn't a joke, people. This is gematria. You drop that K from kill, it becomes ill and sums to 33. In hip-hop music, the word ill became a cool thing. The word hip also sums to 33. Most hip-hop artists have names that sum to 33 because that's what their record executive studio people do to them, man. It's the stamp they put on them. The abbreviation trademark is T plus M. That's 20 plus 13 equals 33. Anyhow, kill equals 44. Hope equals 44. And what did Barack Hussein Obama run on? Think of that image, that likeness of him with the word hope. The first president to die in office, you guys, was William Henry Harrison. He died April 4th, 4/4/1841. Notice the year 41. Remember, Barack Obama also equated to 41. And MLK was assassinated April 4th, 1968. 5 years after this day, the World Trade Center opened for the first time. 1973, April 4th. Talk about an opening that's telling, right? Because they code this stuff, and they have been all this time. The World Trade Centers were all coded. So, some creepy dates are coming up, guys. I think Barack Hussein Obama is going to fake his death. It'll be a fake assassination. I mean, they'll make it seem real to us. We won't know it's fake. I honestly think that's what they've done with all the assassinations. You guys watch my other videos. Watch my JFK post. They've been faking us out. Love you guys. Keep seeking.